While we're recording this, the announcements may be made.
I'm sure if there's any announcements made, we will get excited, to say the least.
I don't know what to say, because I want to put the announcements bit. So look, irrespective of the time of this video, I'm expecting Doucouré, Rodriguez and Allen to be in Everton's team from now on. How fucking exciting, John.
Goosebumps, mate, goosebumps, you know. And listen, we were having a conversation in the car this morning, and listen, I'm 46 this year, and this is probably the biggest thing transfer-wise that's happened in my lifetime, you know. And I'm quite lucky. I said to you, I've seen Everton win things you haven't. This is exciting for me. This must be off the scale for you.
Oh, honest to God. Honest to God. I'll put that. Do you know what? I'll put the clip in here. Now, as you can see, my head is rolling down Bramley Moor. My head's rolled off. My head's gone. You know, fucking hell. What a time to be an Everton fan. You know, James Rodriguez, what does he add? He doesn't just add quality. He doesn't just add goals and assists. The guy adds international following. The guy is a commercial brand on his own. He's bigger than most clubs in the Premier League. Like, he is bigger.
I think there's only Ronaldo and Messi who actually have more followers than him on social media. You know, I think he has more followers than Liverpool. And listen, James Rodriguez, as a global icon, is one of the biggest. You know, he's 29 years of age. Let's not forget that. And people are going, oh, it's fucking age, and we're signing players who's got no sell-on value. You offer me Lionel Messi at 33, and every Everton fan will be jumping through hoops. So for me, I'm not interested in sell-on fees at the minute, Michael, because we need things to happen now. We had a conversation this morning, and I don't want to get ahead of myself before these signings are announced, but these three signings that have been brought into Everton Football Club are shit or bust for us, in my opinion. We have to get these right. It's shit or bust for Moshiri. It's shit or bust for us fans. And listen, it won't just be the players who are coming to Everton in the future for Carlo Ancelotti. They'll be coming to play with world-class players like James Rodriguez and Allen. I feel a bit bad leaving Doucouré out of there. And I feel a bit sorry for Doucouré, because every time you look at social media, it's Allen, it's Rodriguez, it's Allen, it's Rodriguez. He seems to be put on the back burner. And for me, he's on a level par of needing a player like that, like we need James and we need Allen, you know, because Ghana Guy, when he left, Gomez went off the boil. Doucouré could bring just as much to this team as these other two superstars that we're buying.
No doubt about it, and he's proved it at Watford over the years. And some exciting news. I will be having a Watford channel on next week to talk about Doucouré and what he can bring to Everton in the Premier League next season. So exciting stuff. Now let's talk about the match, John. Let's go on to Preston. Now Preston, I mean, fucking hell, I was a bit surprised at this, and you alluded me to this. Preston play today.
Sheffield United.
Yeah, they're playing Sheffield United today. So they're playing Sheffield United today, and you know they're playing us tomorrow. Now I don't envy them, because you know, at least they're getting prepped for the season. They can say that they've got some good prep in 2 Premier League games
in 2 days.
For 2 days, going into a championship season. Fair play to them. You can't exactly say the same as our prep, really.
I think the prep's been the same for a lot of Premier League clubs. I've said this to you. If you look at every Premier League club of how many friendlies they've had, and as I said, normally you'd see the shite playing abroad and they'd be on every telly channel. You'd see the same Man United, and Premier League clubs are restricted to where they can travel at the minute. So they're having to play behind closed doors within their training complex, or they might have one at the ground. But listen, the good thing about this is everyone's in the same position. So no one's getting a flying start. It's having more friendlies than ever. This is only our second one. The one on Tuesday got cancelled. But it also gives Ancelotti more time on the training pitch. Now, let's not forget, I think he's been in charge of Everton 15, 16 games. There's a lot of players going to be leaving Everton, but there's players coming in who dramatically improve it. And I want to add this to this, Michael. Any player who's left at Everton Football Club after this cull that's going to happen, after the new players that's coming in, will now, at last, have quality players who are saying to them, and listen, these 3 players that were signing are going to get in anyway. But what I'm saying is, the players who've been playing week in, week out, they've had no competition, Michael.
Yeah.
And every Friday, they've seen the team sheet go up and they've thought, well, do you know what? My fucking shirt's guaranteed for every week because I've got no one behind me fucking putting pressure on me for my position. Now they have. The likes of your Tom Davis, the likes of your Fabian Delph. Listen, they're not going to get in the team. We had a conversation this morning, Michael. Where does Gomez fit?
I genuinely have no idea. I think if he plays 4-4-2, I don't know. I honestly don't know because no matter what formation I put Allen and Decore in the middle before Gomez. If he plays 3 in the middle, then I'll maybe go Gomez, Allen, Decore, and maybe Jay Rodriguez goes up front with Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison. To be honest, I know it sounds a bit mad and I don't fully understand if they can play or not. But obviously going back to the game tomorrow against Preston, we might have a glimpse of what he's going to do when we go into that first game against Spurs. I mean, I don't know whether the 3 can play, but I'm sure because they'd be registered players, they can play in friendlies, but they haven't registered in time for Premier League game. Or they wouldn't. You know what I mean?
At the time of doing this video, we don't know if the contracts are signed. Yeah. You know, it could be a matter of the contracts have been signed. If there's a cut-off date of midday, you know, we've all seen the pictures of Alan leaving the Titanic this morning. Apparently one of the minibuses was for Rodriguez. So they got themselves to Finch Farm, dotted the I's and crossed the T's, and basically it's just a matter of doing the photographs for the unveiling. If that paperwork's gone through, then I don't see any reason why they can't play tomorrow.
And I hope in some elements that they do. You know, imagine how exciting it would be to basically just lash the 3 players on the pitch to start the game. I mean, because that's what I'd do. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I would basically go, right, that's my midfield. All 3 of you, you're going to start. And that gets me excited. It gets me infused in what's going to happen. Talking about Preston, look, I'm only going to cut across to Preston. I don't know massive amounts of Preston, obviously. I don't follow the Championship. They finished 9th last season, 4 points behind the Championship, behind the playoffs in the Championship. You'd be hoping that they have a decent season this season.
Yeah, you know, 4 points from the playoffs. They're probably thinking to themselves, well, look, we just fell short last season. You know, let's give it a big push now. Obviously, they're a good team, you know. But listen, the teams who finished in the top 6 places last season, they were good teams, you know, and you had Fulham come up, you had West Brom come up, and it's hard for teams like Preston to get into that top 6 when you look at the teams that were there.
Yeah.
Now the likes of your Fulhams and your West Broms have left that league and come into the Premier League, they'll be looking at that thinking, well, hang on. The league's still a good league, but we can really challenge next season for that top spot. They've had a couple more pre-season games than us, as you say, 2 in 2 days. They're probably confident going into the new season.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. So what should we expect from Everton tomorrow? You know, what do we? I mean, it's. I don't know. You know, I'm not going to sit here and know because I don't know what to expect tomorrow.
Yeah, I think a lot's going to hinge on what time the announcement comes out. A lot's going to hinge on if Ancelotti. I'd like Ancelotti to be the sort of person to go, right, these players can play. I've got these 3 new players at my disposal. They're going in the team. You know, because at the end of the day, Michael, the season starts next week. We've got no more friendlies. I know this is only our second one, but he needs to bed these 3 players in as quick as he can. If they can play tomorrow, you throw them in, and hopefully we'll see how he's going to work, as you say, because we're a week away from the season starting. We have to hit the ground running. There's no ifs or buts about it now. These 3 players that are coming in, possibly we were linked with another 2 this morning. I'm not going to say the names on air in case it doesn't happen because we get shot down for it. But potentially, it could be more than 3 coming in. If that happens, the whole team changes, Michael.
Oh,
From a mediocre Everton fans not expecting much from the season to fucking hell. Now, minimum we should be aiming for is Europa League. Europa League. You know, there's not many midfielders in the Premier League now. There's not many midfields in the league that are better than us. You know,
yeah.
there isn't. Our midfield, and I've said this in the past video, will take pressure off the defence, which inadvertently takes pressure off Pickford. We can push up more. We've got the sort of players now to play the way Ancelotti wants to play.
Yeah, and I think we'll see a little bit of that tomorrow, because obviously we've got Spurs next week. We will probably play a game behind closed doors. It wouldn't surprise me if there was a game in the middle of the week. But the way that he's going to want to set up, I think we're going to start seeing that. And look, we saw 4-4-2s. We saw him play a 3-5-2. We saw him play 4-3-3. We saw him play a 3-4-3. We've seen so many different formations from Ancelotti that it's difficult to know what he wants to do. And I'm excited for that, because it means that Everton are adaptable mid-game. You know, I always talk about, one of the things I always talk about is your transitions. You know, when I was managing or coaching, especially when I was coaching the younger lads, I always used to talk about transitions. And when I set up a team, I would always say, right, we're going 4-3-3, but we're only doing that when we're attacking. And we turn to a 4-5-1 or even a 5-4-1 when we're defending, you know, and bringing that centre midfielder. He comes into a back five. Then you've got your two winger strikers pulling back into the four. And then you've got your one striker up front who hopefully can hold the ball up and get the other two strikers back into the game, which then turns it back into the 4-3-3. I'm hoping that's what he does. I'm hoping that's what he does, because Rodriguez literally just behind Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm telling you now, that is incredibly dangerous.
Oh, yeah. And the thing is, as you say there, we've messed around with different formations since Ancelotti's come in, because he hasn't had the players to have a settled formation, because he's been having to fanny about with the formations because one didn't work. We had a poor result, so we tried something else, but we haven't had the players to take that on board, Michael. Now we have. You won't see as many different formations happening now once he starts getting his own players in. It'll be more settled. You're going to have players who know their own job. And as you say there, Rodriguez just behind Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Richarlison, like the way Liverpool play more, if you like, you know, Firmino, Mane and Salah. Them three is dangerous, because he will create chances, Rodriguez, and he can chip in with a goal. Whereas you look at our players behind Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison now, they don't unlock defences, Michael. We have got players now who can break the opposition's attacks up, who can bring the ball forward, pass it to Rodriguez and pick a pass. Alan, I looked at some stats yesterday. Last season, he had an 84% success pass rate. So, you know, he's capable of unlocking defences. He's very capable of picking the ball up, running at the opposition, laying it off, or going himself. And we're not forgetting here Decore, who can mix it up as well. You know, he scored goals for Watford. Potentially, if these three players work and fit in, we get the formation right, everyone else knows their job, potentially we're very, very dangerous.
Yeah, so, right, I'm going to go with a starting team for tomorrow. It'll be completely wrong. I don't know why I'm bothering, but I'm going to. This is my wish team, basically. So, I go Lossell in goal to start. I go Luca Dean at left back. I go Mason Holgate alongside, I'm not really bothered, Michael Keane, Yuri Mina, I'm not fussed. Seamus Coleman starts at right back. He'll get a half each with John Joe Kenny. There will be a middle three, which will be Alan in the middle of Gomez and Decore. I mean, that just turns me on just saying it. And then just in front of Gomez and Decore will be James Rodriguez with Dominic Calvert-Lewin on one side and Richarlison on the other, and we'll be playing a 4-3-3. And the way that will transition, the way that will turn from attack to defend is Alan will drop into a back five. Gomez will drop into you know, where he is essentially. Decore, we know he's box to box, and it leaves your front three that will cause absolute fucking chaos. Not just tomorrow against Preston, but against 19 other Premier League teams. And when Everton finish top of the Premier League at the end of the season, I'm fucking telling you now, up the fucking toffees. Score prediction. I'm going to be too optimistic here. I'm going 3-1 Everton.
Right, well, my team basically the same as yours. I don't think there'll be many players getting chopped and changed, to be fair, because it's got to become settled now. You know what I mean? I think a lot of the players tomorrow will play 90 minutes. I stick with the same. I do drop Michael Keane straight in before Yerry Mina. I agree everywhere else apart from your score prediction.
Go on in.
6-0 to the Blue Boys.
And guys, we're leaving it there. Thank you ever so much. Obviously, the support on the channel lately has been phenomenal, and I did set a challenge. I set a challenge on here and said, if you could get us to 6,000 subscribers by Sunday, buy you a training top. Now I don't think that's going to happen, so I'm going to change that. If you can get us to 5,900 subscribers, we'll buy you a training top. That's fair, isn't it, John?
It's fair, and I tell you now, get that subscribe button hit, because there's not many that we need to get to the 5,900. We will be doing a watch-along, am I correct in saying that, on Saturday?
Possibly. I'm trying. We are trying to do a watch-along. If we can do one, we will do one.
Yeah, I mean, if Michael can't make it, I can, but I haven't got the equipment to do it. So let's hope Michael can, and hopefully we will join you on Saturday to watch Everton absolutely spunk Preston North End 6-0. James Rodriguez gets 2, Alan gets 3, and the last one is for Richarlison. Catch you soon, boys and girls.
Brilliant. And at the start of the video, just to end it on, he said, I feel sorry for Decore for leaving him out, and he's just left him out. What an arsehole. Guys, I'll see you soon.
He's setting the 6th up.
See you later, guys. Peace.
Did you think you could keep us out? Shut the gates, forget us now. Tides are changing. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, feel